Have you enjoyed Whole Health? Role model healing to those we serve. Yes, Caroline, I love that. Okay. Well, I hope you have felt like we've built a community. And yes, yes, when you can attend. They're all recorded though. We're going to talk about that. Keely says feeling refreshed. Yes, yes. Well, I want to share a little bit. Today's our last day, and I wanted to share a little bit of me with you. I hope that's okay. I want to tell you why I do what I do. So in 1995, I went to Machu Picchu in Peru. I went with my family, and I wasn't very healthy. I didn't know how to be quiet and still. And I met these two women there who looked so peaceful. And I asked them, "What are you doing?" And they said, "We're meditating." I didn't know what that was. I asked them, "What does that mean? Can I do it with you?" And they said, "Sure." And all they told me was just sit down and be still. Be with yourself, be with nature, be still. And because I was so naive and I didn't know anything about how to do things right or wrong. I just sat and I was still. And I asked myself, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I here on this earth? What is my purpose? And I saw a very clear vision of all these thousands of little flickering lights coming together and lighting up the world. I know that sounds a little dramatic, but that's what I saw. And I knew in that moment that I was, oh, I'm sorry if I lost you all. I didn't fully understand what it meant. But in 2008, I understood because I had become a nurse and I realized healthcare, our healthcare system is sick. It's very, very sick. And I want to be a part of healing it. And I know that I need to heal myself first and share that with others. And since that time, it's become my mission to find all the little lights, so that we can work together to heal healthcare. I believe we can heal healthcare by healing ourselves. And we're lucky at the Veterans Health Administration to have evidence-based resources. We can heal ourselves with those resources and share them with our staff and veterans. So that's why I'm here. And when I get to coordinate things like this, I feel like I'm reaching out, looking for all the little lights so that we can come together and feed each other's souls and spirits, because it can be exhausting to work on solving such a big problem. But we are better together. When we join together, we are powerful. I just wanted to share that with you today. And I wanted to thank you. Thank you for being a little light with me. We're all little lights. And I love that we're coming together to talk about healing, to focus on problem solving. Okay, so let's get started. This year, thank you for your kind words. Thank you. Yes, Caroline, thank you for being a light. Thank you, Kimberly, for being a light. Jennifer, for being a light. Joan, for being a light. Belinda, for being a light. Annette, for being a light. John, for being a light. Thank you. This year, we focused on integrating the circle of health, this beautiful circle, into patient care, employee health, and self-care. Thank you, Lindsay. I was a little nervous about sharing it, but I wanted to tell you my story. I wanted to tell you my why. I wanted to tell you why I feel so strongly about what's happening. Okay, I love these three statements. Whole health empowers and equips. Healthy living provides those tools, those evidence-based tools, the tools for communicating. And being a high reliability organization empowers staff to engage in preventative interventions. These three together guide us to move from reactionary medicine, which we know doesn't work. It's exhausting us to focus on the surface solutions. We know we need to go deeper to the source. We need to reach every individual in our organization and make sure they understand what is their purpose and how does that align with everything they do for their work and for their health. And we need to share that with our veterans. This year we had, okay, I just realized I need to share my PowerPoint through I want you to be able to click on the links. So hold on just a moment. I'm going to share on Teams. Thank you so much for your patience with me. Okay, I think I'm breaking my internet. My internet's like, no. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen. It's coming. Let's give it a moment and then it'll be there. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you can see from your end. I can't quite see. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay, we're in business. So this first slide, and I think we have an open mic if you don't mind muting yourselves. I can't quite see who it is. All right, that's okay. So let me know if that link works for you. Please click on the link and let me know if it works. Awesome. So here's the story. We had 18 presentations. Can you believe that? 18 whole presentations. And when you click on the link, this is what you're going to see. And right in the middle, you'll see April Whole Health replays and April Whole Health handouts. Please keep that for yourself. If you are having a difficult day, if you need a little inspiration, go back to this library and pick out your favorite presentation and inspire yourself. And the second thing I'm going to ask is, will you share any relevant replays with your colleagues? Our colleagues need the inspiration that we've all obtained here together. I also think that these replays are filled with answers and potential solutions. So let me know if you are willing to just take a look and think about which of my colleagues might benefit. Keely has committed and she's already been sharing. Awesome. Thank you, Keely, and thank you to everyone who's willing to share. I feel like, Jennifer, thank you for sharing with the education department. That's great. Every day we made the promise to identify one small thing for your health and one small thing to share with your colleagues. And I feel like we were successful, but let me know in the comments, have you experienced more health this month? just from thinking about it, or maybe from adding small things. And have you noticed a difference in maybe your discussions as you share these things with others? Nadia says yes. Tracy, 100%. That's awesome. Okay, let's remember that. Let's remember that when we do one small thing, doesn't have to be big, we feel better and we do better. And when we share these resources with our colleagues, it's like we're planting seeds, spreading solutions, spreading health and healing, which helps us towards that mission of healing healthcare. Janelle says she feels more intentional. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, Caroline's colleagues are working out together. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. I want to remind you, in case you haven't made this a favorite, that link on the screen connects to the Circle of Health. What I love so much about that link, this picture says so much. I will never forget in one of the clinics that I used to visit, I saw a veteran looking at a poster of the Circle of Health. And I asked them, um, what does this mean to you? Because I was really curious. They were looking at it really intently. And I learned a lot from that veteran because they shared with me, all I see is me. And I haven't thought about me in a long time. When I heard that, it really hit my heart and soul. And I thought how powerful. And I thought about, I teach this, I fill out the form, but have I really thought about me lately? Just to check in, like, am I doing what I want to do? Am I fulfilling my purpose? How are things going? I really thought that was fascinating. And when I ask all of you, what do you see when you see this circle? If you're willing to share, just a word or two of what you see when you look at this circle. We all look at it a little different. Balance, well-being, holistic wellness, possibility. Oh, Don, I love that. Possibility, potential. Potential for greatness. Wow. Hope for a new way of practicing medicine. Wow, Janice, you're really looking at this like at the whole picture. I love that. All the things for which I am thankful. I love that. Oh my goodness. It's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Me, front and center. We are worth investing. I almost said investigating, investing in ourselves. Yes. So wonderful. The most significant takeaways that I hope you take with you from April Whole Health. Many of you are already doing this and think about this a lot. I believe no matter where we're at, we can always do a little more. So what I hope you take with you is, where's what matters most in this conversation? So any patient that you are serving, asking yourself, do I know what matters most to them? Any colleague, do I know what matters to them? With you, do I know what matters to me? This is absolutely the North Star. If we just take away one thing, Let's make sure that's a part of every interaction we have. We will communicate better to each other as colleagues. We will do better as humans. We will be healthier. We will deliver better services to our veterans that are veteran centered if what matters most is at front and center. So let's make sure we take that with us. The number two, the statement empower and equip is so powerful. And if we can take that with us, am I empowering and equipping myself to do better? Am I setting myself up for success? Am I utilizing the resources? When I'm connecting with my colleagues and staff, am I creating a space that's empowering? That's connecting each person in this room to the resources they need to succeed. And with our veterans, are we creating an experience where they leave and continue healing? Not that they need us. That's a large part of why I believe healthcare is broken, because it's built in a way where people need us when really they need themselves. So we want to remember that. Is this an empowering and equipping experience for myself, for my staff, for my colleagues, for our veterans? Is that possible? Let me know if you think that's possible. Every interaction to bring what matters most and to bring empowering and equipping, a tone of empowering and equipping. And I feel like we got to hear each other's voices on this one. Let me know yes if you feel it's possible. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I do. I feel
Possible.
it's possible. It is possible.
Oh, Belinda, I love that. It is possible. Julie, that is such a good question. I don't think it's something that we can always explain, but I do think it's helpful to share a reframe. When we think about healthcare, it's a lot to expect healthcare to heal us. So if we just even pose the observation to our veterans and staff that we experience healthcare maybe at most 4 hours a year. I'm quickly trying to do the math because but then we spend, okay, this is the wrong, it's not the accurate number, but it's thousands of hours we're on our own. So I would share that with a veteran or staff member who's questioning that there be all the answers and solutions in a 1 to 4 hour experience per year, and yet we're on our own thousands of hours. So what happens in those thousands of hours matters more. And we can't convince people. There's a lot of science behind that, that the motivation has to come from the self. But the more we take those who want to go on the ride, the more we empower and equip and keep talking about what matters most and keep healing ourselves and role model that healing, the more it spreads. Is that helpful? John says we can provide the tools, we can't make them use them. Absolutely. That's why we have to focus on us, because you know who you can change? You. I can change me. I can change me, and that speaks louder than 1,000 times telling. Dr. Jindani says one of my favorite quotes by Thomas Edison said the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. We have arrived. Yes. Yes, I love that. I love that. And okay, can we make a promise? Can we make a promise not to get caught up in those who are not ready, those who are not willing? It's okay, we offer, but can we stay energized with those who want to change? Can we stay there? Let me know I commit, because it can be really defeating when we're focusing on those who aren't ready. I commit.
I commit.
Thank you.
I commit.
I commit.
I just can't tell you all how meaningful it is to hear your voices. Thank you. And Jennifer, thank you for doing the math. Okay, 5,840 hours available. Thank you. Yes. So what we do and what our patients do during that time worth way more than the 4 hours. I'm not saying healthcare isn't helpful. It's absolutely helpful. Every clinician in this room matters. We're all important. But when it comes to changing health, the person at home is the one that matters the most. All right. I definitely just I hope we leave here today remembering that we can't stay at the idea. We can't stay at, I want to be different. We have to move from idea to action. And I think SMART goal setting is a wonderful tool for that. So let's remember that for ourselves, move from idea to action by making sure you're creating small action steps that are specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-sensitive. We had a whole session on that. We have resources. And the more we encourage our veterans to do the same, the better results. And we really have to move from one and done magic pill solution to healing is a lifestyle. This is a huge part of why healthcare is broken. We want the magic answer. We want the magic wand, and we are hurting ourselves collectively by waiting for this magic solution that doesn't exist. The magic solution is here. It's within us. So let's remember that. I love that. A and SMART is action oriented. Thank you. Yes. And Dr. Jindani says, yes, knowledge without application is only philosophy. Action without knowledge is ignorance. Beautiful. Caroline, I love you always take the insights. Create or implement small daily disciplines that lead to a healthy lifestyle. Yes. We talked about this earlier, and I really hope that April Whole Health mattered and supported you. I have one last thing I wanted to share. Okay, here. Many of you are already prevention champions. You know you're a prevention champion if you get an email from me about once a week. And if you want to keep staying connected with all the little lights in this room, I invite you to become a prevention champion. All that means is you get an email once a week from me with an evidence-based tool and an invitation to share it out. I also share all the replays for any classes. Please consider becoming a prevention champion. I want to make sure that you all know about the playlist, because when April's done, you might want to remember and feel energized again. If you are not able to access Spotify from work, most of us cannot anymore, unfortunately. But please feel free to look up April Whole Health Carla Caldwell. It's the only playlist called April Whole Health. And consider listening to it. It's filled with positive music, filled from music that our speakers picked. The only reason you might not see a song on there is if I couldn't find it. But it's a great playlist. Yes. And in my last minute with you, I want to leave you with the question we explored every day, which is, what is one small thing? What is that one small thing you can do for your health? And as small as that question sounds, it is honestly the most powerful question I have ever answered, especially when I answer it every day. It's extremely powerful. Allison's been listening to the playlist. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Give myself grace. I think I needed to hear that. Thank you for writing that out loud. That's beautiful. See you all at the top. Okay. If you haven't given feedback, if you haven't evaluated April Whole Health, will you please click on that link? It's really the only way I have to measure if I'm writing a paper right now about the importance of clinicians and healthcare staff coming together to problem solve and to talk about their own health and then integrating evidence-based tools in their practice. And this is one of the few ways that I can get data. So please consider clicking on that link and sharing your experience. All of it, whatever you helpful, how it could be more helpful, please just share if you are willing. That's all I have, and I just want to thank you for being a part of April Whole Health. 6 years now. I never know when the last year is going to be, and so I'm just grateful that we've had 6 wonderful years, and hopefully more. We'll see. Have a great, great day. I am rooting for your success, each and every one of you. Thank you for being my brother and sister in this fight to heal healthcare, to support our staff and veterans to be well. I really believe it's possible. Thank you. Have a great day.